Welcome to Books and Besties, the virtual book fair. Share this link with others and get ready for something awesome. Books and Besties, the virtual book fair.
Hey everybody, it's me, the Queen Bee, Angie BEE. I hope you can hear me because I'm playing with some new microphones and some new equipment in the studio today. So, welcome to Books and Besties. I am your co-host, the Queen Bee, Dr. Angie BEE, and I'll be bringing in my bestie Avalon in just a couple of minutes. But first, we want to really give thanks to God for this day that he made especially for us. We're alive, we're blessed, we're rejoicing, and we're glad about it. There are some folks that I know that have lost some loved ones this week, and my heart is heavy for each of them. And so we want them to know that we're praying for them and we're here to help with anything that we can. So congratulations to a couple of folks that celebrated anniversaries and birthdays and other special occasions. And so I'm excited about that. And I am excited because Avalon has been working hard. I don't know how many books she got right now, but we're going to do our best to introduce you to her new books and some other projects that are just around the corner. First, I truly want to brag. I truly want to brag on Avalon when she says that she is passionate about nursing and helping nurses to excel in their career. She ain't playing. She ain't. And I just bought 4 copies of this book. Still I Care. Nurses Rising After Bullying. I tell you, that one is, I can't wait to get my hands on it. I know that I contributed just a little bit of something to the book, just a little bit, but just the fact that she knows her target audience, she knows the issues that they have, and she's giving them a handbook. So we're going to bring Avalon in right now so we can talk some more about that book. Girl, look at this one. Look at this cover. Oh, congratulations,
yes.
sweetheart.
Thank you.
I know that every industry has some sort of bullying, but from the stories that I read just a little bit from your nursing book, bullying doesn't even need to occur in the nursing field. It just, I don't want somebody taking care of me that's been bullied and feeling bad about themselves and second guessing themselves. How did you survive?
I guess because I just had that strong kind of personality since I was young.
Mm-hmm.
And I always spoke up, sometimes too much, but I learned over the years how to calm it down and how to deal and work with them and get around it. And just, a lot of it came with depending on God, sitting back and let him fight the battles, because what goes on, I dealt with it like 43 years. And it got to the point that I walked in and I just knew it was coming. And so I learned how to deal with it and just let them go ahead and do what they're doing and keep and walk off. And I had a way to get around it. God always showed me a way to get around it. So it got to the point, let them do what they do, but you're not going to get away with it.
Right.
But it is something that's unnecessary that's happening in nursing. It really is. And this
You're
is
right.
why some of your nurses are leaving nurses or they leave a job because they don't want to deal with it, or they don't know how to deal with it, or they don't have the resources to deal with it. And it just
Mm-mm.
depends on who's doing the bullying to you, because you have
Oh,
all
mm,
levels, from seasoned nurses to management to just your coworkers. For what
mm-mm,
reason? There is no reason for this to go on. So I said,
mm-mm.
I'm going to get a couple of, I kept reading about nurse bullying and articles on LinkedIn and just on the media. And I said, I wanted to get a couple of nurses to talk about some of their experience and how they were able to rise above it. Why they
Amen.
stayed on the job and how they dealt with it. I know how I
Amen.
dealt with it, but I wanted to hear how other nurses who refused to be quiet and how they dealt with it.
Right, right, right. That's incredible. Congratulations on that new project. Congratulations,
Thank you.
honey. I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy for you. So
And
happy.
thank you to the nurses that contributed their
Oh,
stories, because some nurses are afraid that they'll talk to one on
real.
one, won't in the book. They won't tell.
Mm, mm, mm. Well, in an earlier lifetime, I was extremely shy, and I don't know if that shyness contributed to the bullying that I experienced, or if it was just a way to make it through the day for those that bullied me. But I tell you what, I don't wish it on nobody, much less somebody in a professional setting. I really, really don't. I
Right.
don't. Now, before we talk about your next book, I want to let you guys know Facebook is giving us an error message. It will not stream our show on Facebook today. So we are on YouTube. If you search for Live with Evangelist Angie BEE, ANGIEBEE, you'll be able to find it on YouTube, or you can check out the Jericho Broadcast Network, myjbn.com. They're airing it as well. We're also on Volusia Business Women on YouTube, VBW, Volusia Business Women on YouTube. So we're on one major network and 3 YouTube channels today. And we just gonna pray over Facebook. Eventually they'll get, they act together and and bring us back. All right, so we're Avalon and I are working on a couple of
Channels today,
projects.
and we just gonna
Couple of
pray over
projects.
Facebook. Eventually, they'll get, they act together. And
It's all right. The next project that we're working on together is I've Had Wives and I've Had Friends. And that's an anthology that we want men to contribute to. We want men to share their stories to help us women so that we know how to love you better. Because evidently we need a handbook for that. So if you are interested, please contact Avalon or I. Again, this is an anthology for women written by the men we are trying to love, and gentlemen are cordially invited to join us. And also tomorrow at 3 p.m., I want you to check out A Conversation with Mama, hosted by Tina Batten and Dr. Arville Hawkins. She's a MA, a MED, and a PhD, and nothing but the Holy Spirit comes through her when you watch her and Tina on Sunday afternoons at 3:00. So want to get that in there. And then Avalon, I saw another book cover, Naeem and the basketball court. Look at there, look at there. Tell us about this book.
well, this one, this particular book, I'm working on all the grandchildren having a book where they are the character. And I got to the last 3 oldest ones. So he's 25.
Mm,
And I kept trying to think of something to write about him. Then I realized, he liked to go, and play basketball just for fun. With the guys in the playground or whatever. So that's how I came up with this book. So I have 2 more two great grands that I have to finish, and that's the 2-year-old and the 5-year-old. And then all the
Mm.
grands will have a book. So there's 7 grands and 3 great grands. So then everyone will have all their books. So this book here is about a young man who loves to play in the playground, in the basketball court. And then he finds out that the town wants to tear that area down so that they can put in new apartments. So he goes
Mm.
around, get a petition, decide to have a tournament so that they can save their basketball court. And so you have to read the book
Mm.
to find out what happened with the officials and everybody in town.
Oh, that sounds exciting. And girl, the illustration is beautiful. You
Yeah,
you
it,
have
it, it favors him, he that's how he wears his hair. So, and he has
wow.
that beard, so it really captured him.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you have to send me the illustrator for this one. I would love to learn more about how they do what they do. That is beautiful.
Yes,
That is
thank you.
absolutely beautiful, I tell you. Okay, we're going to get ready for our first guest, but before we do that, I had a meeting this week with a publisher who wants to work with us on the YEP program. So we're going to introduce you to Youth Entrepreneur Author Program. And then as soon as this spot is finished, we'll bring in our first guest. You guys are watching Books and Besties with Angie BEE and author Avalon S. Brown. We'll be right back. Please allow us to introduce you to one of the graduates of our YEP program.
Hi, I'm Sandra B. I live in Michigan. And yep, I'm an author.
YEP, Youth Entrepreneur Author Program. Our goal is to initiate literacy in students and lead them to entrepreneurship through authorship. Our mission is to identify and invite organizations to participate in this program. Students participate in virtual writing workshops where they are encouraged to write their stories and provide reviews of stories read. We ask you to support our youth. For a donation of only $50, your company or organization will be mentioned as a youth supporter in the next audiobook. Send an email to yepI'mAnAuthor@gmail.com to provide a scholarship for a young person to participate.
Yep, I'm an author.
Proceeds are accepted and disbursed by Angie BEE Productions. And now, these students are authors and entrepreneurs. Follow us online. Just search for Yep, I'm an Author on Facebook. Use the hashtag Yep, I'm an Author. Or call 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519 for more information. This program is sponsored in part by Angie BEE and Barty Productions.
Yep, I'm an author.
I love to see little Sandra B with her little attitude. Yep, I'm an author. She did that one all on her own. I'm so proud of her. She is also one of our youth narrators. So when we have children's books, sometimes we want those books to sound relatable. So we have our teen and youth Can you hear me now? What about right now? Okay, that's better. That's better. I guess I need a new cord for that microphone. But anyway, it is time to bring in our first guest, Michael D. Scott. Avalon, I know you've been working with Michael, and so I'm going to bring you in so you can tell us about him or read his bio, whatever is good for you, but tell us about Michael.
Yes, Michael D. Scott is a Vietnam era and Desert Storm veteran with a servant's heart and a passion for uplifting others. A licensed manicurist since 1980, he is known for his creativity, professionalism, and dedication to excellency. After being diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2019, Michael chose a path of faith, natural healing, and determination, an experience that inspired his powerful new book, Still I Stand: My Victory Over Prostate Cancer. Today, he shares his story to encourage others who live with purpose, prioritize their life health, and embrace resilience in every season of life.
Welcome to the show, Michael. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Good
Yes.
morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you? How are you?
He's
How are
singing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I miss singing. I like to sing. Good to see you both. Oh, my mother was
You
smacking.
too.
She
I
smacked me
know,
upside
looking all dapper this morning.
with my hat on. What you doing with that hat on with those women getting in your house? But Mama is not in the house, so
Oh, goodness.
he's silly. Don't pay him no attention. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
No. I
Okay.
just, the joy that just bubbles out of you is just a blessing.
I know, right? Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. When you feel good, as I feel good, it just comes out. I'm excited. I'm excited by the my spirit is alive because I'm alive, and I didn't have to be here because I was a pretty wild guy once upon a time. But as I get better, I get better every day. I look forward to seeing the sun. Look forward to seeing the rain. I mean, life is really good. I feel good. The products that I've been putting in my body has caused me to just change the things that I do. Don't do the things I used to do anymore. And you hear it all your life. People say the changes, but since it's happening to me at this point in my life at 73, who knew I was going to be 73 years old anyway?
Yes.
The way my life
Right.
used to be. So I'm like, I've not tried to harm or hurt anybody else. I've always been kind of sort of self-destructive in things that I've done. So now God has found a way to turn it around and say, you done that enough. So now let's just help somebody,
Wonderful.
pay it forward.
Right.
So
Right. Yes.
it's in my heart. It's always
So
been in my heart.
tell us what inspired you to write this book.
I was inspired to write this book by the same young man that introduced me to Super Immune Support and Smash T, Ernest Warren. Because I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth, he had to really remind me. He said, "Oh, you got a story to tell because you remember you had prostate cancer."
Mm-hmm.
I had to remember I had prostate cancer, and by me feeling so good and upbeat and full of joy and body feeling good for my age and being in a weird position of being a caregiver that I don't want, but doing it and feeling good about doing it, I see how my life has been aligned, and I'm glad that I wasn't in no control of it because it wasn't me doing all of this. So he reminded me that I had prostate cancer, and Minister Warren is an awesome young man, and he lost his wife, before he could get these products, perfected. And so he's on a mission. His mission, how you can tell when you talk to him, is to help anyone and everyone who has any kind of illness to strengthen their immune system, because your immune system is like the police of our body. Without our immune system intact, we get in trouble. Oh, we're in big trouble because we used to get a cut and cough and sneeze, and you can take a aspirin and then it go away and the scab would heal. It's not like that anymore. So these products work so well with you, that somebody sneeze, if I get a sniffle, the weather changes or I get caught in the rain, I'll pop a 500 milligram super immune support and it's gone just like that, because I've got the goodness in my system. You know, once you get it in your system, it's game is over. You can customize it for your body, yourself. But he got me to write this book. He got me interested. And I remember writing down a lot of the things that I've been doing that's been happening to me since I had my prostate removed, because it was like I had a lot of downtime, a lot of depressing times, and I wanted to, put it on paper, and being a, once upon a time, a recovering alcoholic, I knew a journal is awesome to keep, because you never want to forget what the way you used to be.
Right. Right.
Don't want to actually remember it, for fear of doing it again. But you don't want to ever forget, because I see people in a different light now. People who drink and used to do the things that I used to do. Whoa. I can't help but ask myself, was I that crazy? Because I was basically self-destructive and alone. I tried not to do nothing where nobody could see me, and that's. That's bad, because if something happened to me, I mean, I'd be like dead and nobody would know it.
Do you talk about that in the book, or does the book primarily talk about the
cancer? Basically, it's talking about the cancer. That's actually for another book. This is my first book I've ever written. So in writing this book, I see, well, I have several books in me, because God has brought me a long way since 1998, when I first had the issue, the problem. That's how long I've been really fighting alcoholism. So 1998, I remember in Nashville, Tennessee, it got real bad. And so it's been a struggle, but it's been, you have your roller coaster rides up and down, your positives. People that I come in touch with have helped me. And like I say, in the past, I was self-destructive. The older I get, the stronger I get, I guess.
Amen. Now, Michael, I want to put your contact information on the screen. How do you want people to contact you? Through email or a website? What's best for you?
It's best through my email and dfcmarket.com. That's for the product. That's for the product, DFC Market.
How do people reach you if they want a copy of your book? Your email?
Through dfcd.com, yes. And I guess both of those. And dr.foot.313. And
Dr. Foot 313 at
dr.foot.313 at gmail.com.
Okay. Dr. Okay.
Yeah.
Look below your name and see if I got it right. Dr. period FOOT 313 at Gmail.
Where am I? I need glasses. Where is
you see your name?
Oh, let me see.
Right. It's a little white bubble right under your name.
Where my glasses? I know I got them somewhere.
Want to be sure I get you up there right.
Let's see. Open. I got them on my new Surface, and I'm really trying to see.
Oh, nice.
There it is. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's a touch screen, boy. You silly. Dr.foot. There's a dot after foot too. You need to put
it's a dot after foot as well.
Yes.
Okay. Let me fix that. Good job. Good job. We teamwork.
I forgot this was a touch screen. Oh shoot. Put Ed McQueen hook me up.
Oh my goodness. Well, I know that there are a few people that are excited to see you and talk to you, because they've been watching you jump up and down and do your exercises on the commercial that we always air on the show. And so I'm thrilled to have you on the show with us today. What did it feel like when your first box of books came delivered to your door?
I'm still waiting.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It'll be here between the 1st and the 6th, so I'm patiently waiting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Amazon. Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
Got excited to get through it. It was like, wow, like a breath of fresh air. It's like a weight lifted off my shoulders, and I'm still excited because it's all new to me. It's all new. But when I sit and think how many people that I can help, because on the news and from other people telling me so and so died of cancer, and died of prostate cancer. And I like, I hear that tears me up when I hear that.
Yeah.
And I just lost one of my best friends that I used to, we sang together for 9 years, the past 9 years. He just passed 2 weeks ago. So we're going to have to bury him next week. And he wanted to listen to his doctors, and he saw how I was acting. I don't see how he didn't catch on. He's no longer here. His immune system would have been strong enough for him to take it. But we listen to these doctors and don't want to try something else, something that's plant-based, and it's preyed on. Sometimes people don't want to hear it preyed on. I'll listen to it. I'll try. My health is very important for me to be. And past 50 years old, I tried to act like I had some sense. Now I'm 70. You can't. Somebody. What did boy say on the movie? My favorite movie, The Mask, with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Somebody stop me. That's what I gotta stop you. It's too late. Devil, you should have got me when you had a chance. I'm not going back.
All right, Michael, I got a question. There are people out there that, somebody told them they need to write a book. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. You got any advice for them?
What I wound up having to do was find times to keep a notepad around and write things down as they come to me. I do that. I used to love those little bitty tape recorders too, little mini tape recorders with the little bitty cassettes, and those are good to have because you know how every time you look for an ink pen or pencil, you can't find them.
Right.
so I have to try to find this notebook to hang on the wall, hang somewhere. It's not easy. It hasn't been easy. Recently, it's been easier, but that's what I had to do. Find a bunch. I have scrap paper. I write on anything. An empty envelope. Just put something down. Write something down. Get some paper clips, some rubber bands, wrap it up. Because especially if it's something really important, you feel like you may need it. I've known the benefits of keeping a journal because of the things that I've been through in my past. Going through rehab, they strive for you to get yourself a journal, draw you some pictures, draw a stick picture of what your life would look like if you had continued the way you were doing. I have many tools. I have many tools. I have like 45, 50 years of tools in my arsenal of recovery. And I share them with the world. And I don't have nothing to be ashamed of because I'm still standing.
Yes. We just got a text message and somebody wants to know how did they treat your cancer? Did you have to have radiation or chemo?
No, I did not have radiation and chemo. That's the main reason I had my prostate removed, because I did not believe in the doctors when they told me we're going to kill all your cells and some of them might come back. Come on now. So I said, wait a minute, that didn't make no sense to me. I won't say what I said to the doctor to make him upset. I won't tell you all that, but I said I talked to my cousin in Detroit. I thank God for my cousin Hilliard Hampton, my first cousin, because we had gone through the same surgery, and he helped me. He said his daughter, cousin DeFasha, helped him with the research, and he didn't want all them chemicals in his body either. I said, take it out. I found that you could live without a prostate. We just have to, let food be your healing. Eat right. If you got to go somewhere, get away from the food in the United States, go somewhere and eat the right doggone food. The good food. There is food good food here. Fruits and vegetables. We just have to find it. And you can't keep the truth from us no more because of the internet.
Right.
So we need to just read. We need to read everything we put in our mouths or don't put it in our mouths. There's things like you can't even spell it. What are you eating it for?
Wow.
That makes sense to me. When I have moments of clarity, I try. That's another thing as far as writing a book. When you have moments of clarity, because we have bad habits, but we also have good habits. And when you have moments of clarity, write it down, because you're gonna forget it. I have sometimes all the time.
All the time.
I do it. I don't like it. So I'll think of something, and if I don't have it, don't write it down right then, I'll be so mad at myself. So I try to have something close so I can write it down. So sharp and have a Sharpie, because sometimes ink pen don't write on everything.
So your piece of advice is to start writing and keep writing. As soon as it comes to your mind, just don't stop writing.
Yeah, because we are so distracted, and especially with these phones. Instead of education, we got entertainment. The two big E's. My favorite E is education. The media's favorite E is entertain you, and distraction. They like some people that we know that's running things. They do a lot of distractions.
Right.
One of my tools that I remember, one of my favorite tools in recovery is the 3 C's: catch it, check it, change it.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Yes.
Yep. And it's always been my favorite prayers, the serenity prayers of grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, because there's nothing that I can change outside of me. The only way I accept things and I perceive it and what I put out after, So just me. I can't change nobody else, just myself, my attitude, the way I look at things. So
Amen. We can't change nobody but ourselves. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of times we keep trying to catch up. It's not as important as catching on.
Oh, okay.
As long as we catch on, I said, "Oh, okay, I finally got it." He said, people that tell you jokes and they say, "You'll get it next week."
Yeah.
At least I got it. Anyway. At least I got it.
Right.
So,
well, I know Avalon has a couple questions for you, but before we do that, we got to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with more of Books and Besties. So hang on, everybody. I've had wives and I've had friends, an anthology for women written by the men we are trying to love. Gentlemen, you are cordially invited to become an author by sharing your thoughts and experiences in our anthology. Tell us about your love for sports. Tell us about your love for grooming. Tell us about your love for gaming. Tell us what you want us to know. Submit your bio, headshot, and your story, along with the submission fee of $250. Send it to Author Avalon Brown 165 at yahoo.com, or you may send your info to Angie BEE Presents at gmail.com. An anthology for women written by the men we are trying to love. I've had wives and I've had friends. Brought to you by Author Avalon S. Brown and me, the Queen Bee, Dr. Angie BEE. Living with anxiety and depression can feel like you're drowning. Come join a tribe that will help you press through parenthood and life. maternalmattersfavored.org, mmfavored.org. We can help you put the pieces together. Audiobooks, flyers, commercials, and more. Angie BEE Productions on Facebook. That's me, excited about Angie BEE Productions. I get a chance to work with folks like Author Avalon S. We get to publish books for people like Michael D. Scott. And it's so exciting just to be able to work together. And then we're in the studio this week narrating an audiobook for an author. And the book is so interesting. It basically talks about getting your affairs in order so that when you leave this earth, you're not leaving folks with a bill they got to pay. You're not leaving folks with confusion and it's bad enough they got to deal with grief. You don't want them to have to deal with all of the stuff that you didn't handle. So we're excited to create audiobooks and commercials for authors as well. So speaking of authors, we're going to get Avalon back in here. Avalon, before we bring Michael in, how was it working with him? He was a brand new author. He ain't know nothing. How was it working with Michael?
It was very good working with Michael. I wanted to make sure that I gave him exactly, what he wanted. So, when I sent him something, he would send it right back right away, let me know what any changes to make. So he was very easy to work with, just as long as I did what he wanted and produce what he liked, there was no issues. So it was no issues. It was very easy working with Michael.
Oh, that's good. Because I know we have worked with some authors that, ooh-wee, you. So that's good. That means when Michael's next book is ready, we're going to look forward to working with him too.
Yes.
Good, Michael. That's good. That's good. Tell us, how was it working with Avalon, Michael?
It was wonderful. It was wonderful because I'm like a fish out of water. I didn't know what I was doing, and she just went through things. So she just slided through, and then she had all these books, and so I felt good. I felt I was in very capable hands because and then she let me know how much I had to say too. I didn't, it's amazing what you really have to say. I wanted to put everything in the first book, but I have to save it, because I'm grateful that I have a lot that people can benefit from, the information that I have. And these 73 years that I've been here, I've been through a lot, and writing the book made me realize more than ever in my life how much I've been through. From Detroit to the military, to Nashville, Tennessee, to Atlanta, Georgia. And in this city here, in Atlanta, you can do anything you want to do, especially if it's positive. And at this age, this point in my life, I'm doing things that I would like, wow, I really, really thought I lost my mind when I got on that roller skating floor.
I love it.
A pair of roller skates because I've had an urge. That's how good I feel, and all the energy that I had. I'm gonna get me some skates. Bought me a pair of skates. Messed around and bought some low tops. I never had no low tops. I couldn't work with those, but so I had to wait a week for my new ones to come, my high tops to come. Oh, I went out there and had a fit. I had to get that first fall out the way. Anybody that knows roller skating, you're gonna fall. So once I got that first fall out the way, I see that the ground still felt the way it did 50 years ago. Hard, and I'm good. So I felt really, really good. So I had to thank God for me remembering how to fall. Number one.
Yeah. Don't put your hands out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it was a butt fall. I'm glad I still got something back there to cushion the blow. It was nice, and I have run into a lot of people my age, that were skating very comfortable, and they're giving me all kind of advice. I thought I was going to run into a lot of people that were laughing at me, so I wound up laughing more than they were.
That's good. That's good. Avalon, what questions do you have for Michael?
So I see that you're a licensed manicurist. Are you still in the business? I mean, are you still practicing that?
I went to school last year to get upgrade my license because by me not working with the system, I lost it. So I'm ready to take that test again. But mainly, I do a lot of pedicures. I've been doing
Mhm.
pedicures since I've been here in Atlanta for the past 25 years, and been doing really well. I work with a mobile spa business and all over Atlanta. Atlanta women know how to take care of themselves. They'll give a party. They'll go to rent a whole hotel and and have a spa
Mm.
day. They'll invite me and my friend, and I have a group of men and women because the men got jealous when they saw all the women getting pampered. So we had to help some, get in touch with some female who work on men, and so it's been a beautiful, wonderful labor of love since I've been here.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
That's
nice, nice.
the name of the
Very.
book is Still Standing. My Victory Over Prostate Cancer. I tell you, incredible. Incredible. How long ago
Yeah.
was what year was your cancer? You've been cancer free for how long now?
Since 2020,
Mm.
I went to
Mm.
Detroit. A lot of things happened in Detroit. I had a lot of life changes. And after I helped my baby sister, we had to sell a house that we lived in for over 50 years. And I buried my father and my sister, and came home, uh, got busy. That all that was the most devastating time in my life. That's where the, it began my depression real heavy, because I was taking depression drugs, as I was fighting alcoholism back in the day. And so these these past 5 years, after 2 years from 2020, I came back to Nashville. I mean, back to Atlanta, and my lady friend helped me take care of a guy, be a caregiver. So I went and took the exam to be a caregiver. So became certified, and
Mm.
being paid by the VA, Veterans Administration. And she had a friend, and she was helping him get back, his life. And so, by both of us being Air Force veterans, she thought that it would be a good idea. And we clicked. He's from Panama, and he taught Spanish for 35 years here in Atlanta. And I've been taking care of him. He had his leg amputated, and 6'3", has a lot of man. So I had to get myself in order. So I didn't want the job. I truly didn't want that. I didn't want to have a job to take care of another human being, especially a man, because he was a little bit opinionated. He thought he was special. And I said, oh, so which he is, but at the
Yes.
time I wasn't really feeling none of that. I wasn't feeling that attitude, and
You was going through a lot. Going
yeah,
through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't feeling a whole lot of things, and God don't make no mistakes, because I wound up loving this dude because he's a trip. I really did, because I found out we had more similarities than differences.
Mm.
So I was like, wow, wow. I said, wow, a whole lot.
God put you right where you were supposed to be. And I'm
Right.
Right,
grateful
right.
that you followed the instructions of God. That
Mhm.
sometimes our blessings don't look like a blessing. It just looked like life. But then when
Yeah.
you stop, and I'm so proud of you for
Yeah,
doing
and it's just hitting me as he's talking that he would be a perfect person to talk to my nephew, who's also a veteran.
Mhm.
Recently had his leg amputated a couple of months ago, and he just needs someone, to talk to besides me. It would be good to, he doesn't, he stays indoors all the time. He's in his late 50s, but we'll connect on that. We'll connect
Okay,
on that.
okay, because I've
Yeah,
since I've been taking care of him, I've met several, catching the bus and
yeah.
the train. And I have a couple of personal friends who have lost their parts, and they're not veterans, and they're doing well. because veterans.
But yes, I'm going to connect with you about that. Yes.
Okay, be my
That is
pleasure.
wonderful. 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 So when can we anticipate reading the next book that you're going to write? Are you going? Because I know this one, you got it finished like that. I mean, one day I think you started, next day it was up, so when are you starting on the second book?
I'm glad it was a short time for you. It wasn't no short time for you.
Avalon just started talking about it. Next thing I know, it was done. So yeah.
That's because you've been busy.
No, yeah.
That's because you've been busy. And then it's because for me, I had all these things going on. I'm a caregiver, busy with this guy, and trying to take care of him, trying to take care of his house, my house. I have my own apartment, and so I've been all over the place, but I wouldn't have been able to do it without the help of Smash Tea and Super Immune Support by DFCmarket.com.
Yeah.
Saved my soul. That's the best thing that's happened to me. I got the 1-2 punch of life, and I shouted from them rooftops because I got energy to spare. I've got enough. I'm able to keep enough to offer it to my church members. I have some members who have the serious issues that they complain about, so I give away a lot, but I'm not going to give a whole lot away. You're going to have to buy your own. We'll go half with you. I'll make some suggestions. We have a men's health call every Thursday night. You can ask any question you want with dfcmarket.com. Also, Tuesday nights, we have a women's health call. And women, you all share. Men keep their mouths closed. And women, you all share. I love listening to the women. So I'm taking notes now. We all come from women, so we need to wake up. We need to wake up. We come from women. And as a man with sisters growing up, they was always smarter than me anyway. They grew up faster. I was hard-headed. I wouldn't admit it back then. But it is a rock. So we need to listen to these queens. The queens, you all are nurturers, natural nurturers. And so when we don't listen to you, we make stupid mistakes.
Right. And that's the story you need to write for our book. Okay. I've had wives and I've had friends.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Just what you said. We need to hear that.
Yes. Yeah.
Because unfortunately, some of us African-American women, mothers, we know how to mother our child, but then we transfer that over to the man in our life. We're not trying to mother you, but sometimes we don't recognize that we're doing it. So you could, and
you all haven't, you haven't just mothered your own children, you mothered other people's children.
That's true.
That's that ancestry thing,
That's true.
Like I say, they can't keep the history from us no longer. The young people need to read and find out why they are really here. And there's some things that they need to do to pay it forward. Change these crazy ways they got.
Yeah, it makes a difference. We have another question that came in. They want to know how was your recovery? Okay. The text says, I'm afraid of having my prostate removed. How was the recovery? Is it worth it? So
the recovery was, it wasn't any fun. It wasn't any fun because, as a grown man wearing a pull-up, that wasn't no fun. And with a bag, I felt, as a man, I just felt less than a man. You listen to what the doctors say, but when it finally happens, it hits you, and you have no control, very little control of your private parts. That's not fun at all, and it's a lot of urination, and I wanted to believe the doctors, but I just back in the back of my head, I felt that it was a better way to have it done,
Okay.
and because doctors have, you know, had such a, I worked in several hospitals, in Nashville and here in Atlanta, mainly the VA and Vanderbilt. And then, you see doctors and you wind up with doctors and students, a lot of students. And then as a veteran, I find that we've been guinea pigs and lab rats for years.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, and it's not good, and if they cut the wrong thing off, all they can say is, oops, come on now. You're dealing with a human being because they have that practice. They got to practice on somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wasn't happy about a lot of things, but I wanted to go ahead and get that done. Recovery time was real rough on me, and it was rough basically for the next 2 years, really. Until I got a hold of Mr. Warren and got this immune system builder, and I'm not looking back, Jack.
Really?
No, I keep it in my me and Miss Yvonne Johns, we share. We're not gonna be without it because we both are, taking super immune support. She got smash T for women. I'm taking smash T for men. And this is like a 1-2 punch for life. And I wouldn't change for nothing in the world being introduced to this, because it's gotten me happy and energetic. And I was gonna say something. I forgot what I was gonna say. Sometimes I talk too fast. See, when I get it in me, I talk so fast I forget what I was gonna say. I had to. Oops.
But it was worth it. It was a rough recovery, but it was worth it.
It was worth it. And the main thing that I really wanted to say, that the blessing in all of this is I am writing my first book by a young lady that they gave 3 months to live 16 months ago. What did he just say? 16 months ago. They gave her 3 months to live. And think by the grace of God, she is here and she is awesome. We talk all the time. That's my sister for life. Yeah.
Wonderful.
This is the bomb right here.
Wonderful.
Everybody up good at 73.
Well, you got a comment from someone named Chris Williams. Up to XS said, I'm glad to see my brother looking good. Looking good.
Thank you.
God is good. Oh,
yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And so is super immune support, huh?
He is. The best thing that happened to me. And they have another one called heart health. Oh Lord, because the leading death is heart disease.
Yeah.
And that heart health is awesome. Get that blood flow, that blood pumping. And we as men know we need that blood pumping so we can take care of our women.
Yes. Definitely.
Yes. I'm gonna be nice. I won't only get detailed on the men's health call. I talk about y'all the way you need to be talked about.
All right. That sounds wonderful. Now, how can people find out about the health call, the phone number to call and stuff? Go on the website?
Website, yes, ma'am. It's both the men's call and the women's call. It's on the website, dfcmarket.com. Delta Foxtrot Charlie. On the ladies' health call, they say dog, frog, cat. DFC. Yes, yeah, all the products work. They have awesome products. DFC, thing for your house, spray for your house, keep COVID out. Health for your DFC pumped male, pumped king, pumped queen. For people who work out, your recovery time is better. Sugar-free for diabetics. All the products work.
Nice.
There's little things that we need to do. Get you some sunlight, drink a lot of water, stay away from processed food, stay away from fried foods, get you some exercise every day, and try. I like the one that helped me lose 40 pounds. Don't eat before noon and don't eat after 6. If I eat healthy snacks, fruits and some vegetables, and rest is most important. With the products, you can sleep. You can I finally give me some sleep, because I was like I sleep 3 hours max a night and getting up, going to the bathroom. When I get 5 hours or more, I'm good. I notice when I get up in the morning, I feel light. My stomach is not heavy because I hadn't munched looking at Netflix all night. My behind the bed and get some good rest.
Yeah.
Up, I'm ready to run up and down the steps, and I feel so good. I feel like a little kid. That's why I do all these things, because I feel like I was things that I wanted to do as a child. In my 20s, I'm going to challenge myself. I challenge myself every day.
Wow. And just to know that you put it in a book, got your book ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, to be
It's
revealed.
so excited.
I'll tell you one thing about my dad. My dad comes to Florida to visit me. Well, to visit me and the grandkids, but me, he comes to visit. But he comes to visit once a year. And a few years ago, I started putting a video camera in front of him so he could talk about his life. Okay. And we turned those videos into a manuscript. We haven't published the book yet, but it's a manuscript. Okay. And the cool thing about it is, as I talked to my younger sisters about portions of his book, they were like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So the good part about a man writing a book, I believe, is that the people around him start to see you as a real person, not just the daddy with the Superman cape on, Right. And so I'm proud of you for writing your book, because I know there are people around you that are really going to love getting to know you better. Mm-hmm.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. And it's definitely a powerful book. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had great help, and it's straight from the heart. Straight from the heart.
Yep. Wait till your relatives read portions of it. It's gonna be beautiful. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
The next one's gonna be more in depth. I think the next one, a whole lot of things I'm gonna add to it, because I had a lot of help, with my relatives, the things that I couldn't put in the first book, because I get real detailed, and it'd be like rambling, But since I know how I want to say it now, I have to. I wound up with a little microphone, So
yes.
I have to practice what I preach. So
yes. Well, Chris Wilson has another comment for you, Michael. He said, it's for all of us. Love the work you're doing, Miss Angie BEE and Miss Avalon. Your show is very entertaining. Thank you. Congratulations on the new book, Miss Avalon. Michael showed you yesterday. Yep. I tell you, that's the one. Michael, that's the one we got to keep up with. She crank out a new book like once a month, seemed like.
Yeah, Chris Wilson, that's my buddy. I turned him on to the super immune support. I saw him at McDonald's one day with a Detroit Lions hat on, and I had to stop him because he was walking funny, and so I started acting a fool. I started stretching my legs and doing deep knee bends and things, and he got excited. He said, "Hey, man, I can't even do that." I said, "How old are you?" He said he was in his 60s. I said, "Man, you better get busy." And so he's on it now. He's on it. He's got it in his system, and he's showing me a whole lot. I'm very glad that I run into him, because he's helping me with things that I don't about technically with the computer,
Mm-hmm.
And he showed me a lot. I spent some time over there with him yesterday, and he came over here riding over after I got him some. I told him I had some smashed teeth for him, and he rode his scooter. He got a moped. He's going oh, moped. He wanted that bad. So I made sure he had it, and we've been tight. He's a very good friend. We look at the Lions game together now.
That's good. That's good. Hometown info.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Avalon, what's your next question?
I think he done told it all.
He did.
I ain't even thinking of another question.
He did.
Every direction my mind went in, he started talking about it.
There you go. I love chatting with Michael
Yeah.
B. Yes.
Thank you.
But
One thing he made, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say one thing he made sure was that I put that D in the middle of his name.
I got that from the police one day. I was stopped. They said, there was a guy named Michael Scott in Nashville, Tennessee. He said, man, you better put your whole name down if you ever get stopped again. There's a guy that got your name all messed up. I said, yes, sir. So my whole name. There's a lot of Michael D. Scott. I had no idea there was so many Michael D. Scotts. You know, but I have
That's why I use my middle name.
Okay, got another question. Trying to figure out how to put it in a sentence. What treatment did the doctors give you after surgery?
Wow, 5 years ago. What did they do? I didn't want them to do nothing. I just want them to take it out and leave me alone. So I may have pushed. I'm being serious. I may have pushed it out of my mind. They checked. I had to go back to get checked. I know that they gave me a certain amount of medication and told me to rest. I had to pull up, go for walks, and stay away from alcohol. And because that was one of the things that got me back into depression, because taking medications and feeling the way I felt, I wound up drinking again. I did. And it might be why things took so long. But I don't remember too much of what the doctors did after it was removed, because there was no radiation and no chemo involved. So I really don't remember much of anything that the doctors did. Because I was determined to get some holistic things in my system.
Yeah.
You know.
What symptoms did you have that led to the diagnosis? I mean, I know they teach us women what to look for breast cancer, you know, doing our checks and things like that. But what symptoms did you have that led to your diagnosis?
Going to urination more than anything, more than normal. A whole lot of urination. That was the main thing. And by me being the drinker that I was, it was like, it seemed like I got an hour of sleep and had to get up and go to the bathroom. Not 2 or 3 hours of sleep, just very often. And what made me decide to get the surgery, I guess, was knowing that I had to. I'm the oldest boy in my family, so I had to go home back to Detroit and take care of this business. So these are some decisions that I was making. I was turning 70 years old this year. So it was like, it was, God said, okay, now, knucklehead, you about to be turned 70. And so you need to make some serious life decisions. And because I knew that I had to make some life decisions. I won't get too detailed. I knew that I had to help do this. And I said, I might as well get my act together. And I'm still here. I'm still alive. I better get it together. You know, I want my family to be proud of me, because both my parents, you know, and just me and my one sister, you know, I had, you know, 2, and now I have 1. So it's just she and I, and she's my best friend. And so we all we got. So, and she's very smart. She's very smart. Robin Renee Marcus, that's my baby. And see, my stepfather raised me from 3 years old. So I never saw him as a stepfather. And he provided, I mean, tremendously. I have a stepsister named Gina, and pray for her. She just had a toe removed. She's a diabetic, and she's in Detroit. So, but yeah, diabetes is something else. These diabetes, these diagnoses, So I'm not here. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Just another comment just got text. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for being so vulnerable. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for being so vulnerable. I tell you, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I know with my dad, I really got to, if I want to know something that may be hard for him to say, I really got to get in his space and be like, Daddy, come on. What is it? What's going on? So I'm grateful that you have shared.
Yes.
Shared so much. We got a question. We got a comment from Chris Wilson. Said, yes, sir. God works in mysterious ways. He put you in my path, my brother. But then Chris Wilson has a question. You've mentioned alcohol as both a comfort and a challenge. How did your journey with sobriety intersect with your healing? How was that?
In many, many ways, because on the men's health call, that's also an advice to give. Stay away from alcohol. If you want this product to work, stay away from alcohol. All these bad habits that we have, eating late after, late all night long, eating processed food that's going to tear us up and get your gut. You can't get rid of your gut. Leave alcohol alone, because alcohol is nothing but a downer. There's nothing but destroy you, and it's like a temporary uplift, but a long-term tear your behind up. So it's not good. It's not my friend. No longer my friend. And used to, in the military, it's amazing how they accept you as an alcoholic. They almost promote it. It's crazy, being
cigarette smoking. I discovered.
Yes.
So many people that wasn't a smoker beforehand, but once they got in there, they get out of boot camp good. They smoking.
That's right. That's right. Them cigarettes or something. I'm blessed my heart. I never saw where that would be beneficial. My brother was a smoker. My mother was a smoker. My father, mama smoked Chesterfields. Y'all remember those? Daddy smoked Camels, them little short cigarettes. Yeah, Camels.
My goodness.
You good. No, and look at those are cigarettes that didn't have no filter on them.
Right.
And so I said, I couldn't take it. I got dizzy. I got real dizzy when I tried to smoke a cigarette. And people amaze me that they can smoke cigarettes and just continue to do things. I remember when people used to say, when the cigarettes you get up to $5, I'm gonna quit smoking.
Wow.
I think they're up to $12, $15 a pack now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It is time for a commercial break. Hopefully Yvonne John will be joining us today. Somebody message her and let her know that we're waiting on her. But we will be back with more Books and Besties in just a minute.
Yvonne John.
A conversation with Mama.
Many will come on this segment and they will come because they need to have a conversation with their mama.
Amen.
A Conversation with Mama is a series of episodes that discuss different topics that are important to you. Standing on God's Word and the Scripture as found in Proverbs 31:26. Now it's time for today's episode of A Conversation with Mama. Sundays at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. DJ Shaheem Care Mix Edits. Explore innovative fusion music of hip-hop, house, Afro beats, and gospel genres all rolled into one perfect mix. Visit the world of a gospel praise experience as DJ Shaheem shares his new edit packs, filled with a remarkable experience. Enhance and elevate your worship experience through praise, as we embark on a new and unique purpose to glorify Jesus and what he has been able to do in our lives. If you are looking for a different vibe in your worship and praise experience, this will definitely keep you moving and inspire you throughout your day and week. These mix and edit packs are not only for DJs and radio stations, but are meant for gospel music lovers as well. Take time out and visit DJ Shaheem Care Mix Edits for your music source. Support the ministry as we reach others and draw them closer to Christ. Stay blessed, safe, and encouraged. DJ Shaheem Mix Edits. .sellfy.store.
All right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time zone it is for you. My name is Terrell Duckworth. I'm an independent associate with Legal Shield. I retired from the military after 23 years of serving in the United States Air Force. And I started working with a company called Legal Shield. And the reason why I'm here today is I just wanted to let you know what we offer. A lot of people know the name, but they haven't seen the information. So one of the first things I always share with people is it gives you the ability to talk to an attorney without worrying about that high hourly cost. And it's affordable, not just to people individually, but to even small business owners. So what we like to do is share and educate you on why so many people are taking advantage of our services, from getting contracts reviewed, to getting your last will and testament done, your will, your living will, your healthcare power of attorney, and those things. We also help if you are that person that has a heavy foot. And then the last thing I like to share with people on our legal plan is we have a 24/7 coverage, because we know that people get in situations where they wish they wouldn't be and engaging with law enforcement, and you can pick the phone and enforce your rights right on the spot. Now, for you small business owners, we love to help you out. Look, we're not trying to get rid of the legal services that you already have, but we want to show you a more affordable way to deal with debt collection, contract review. Maybe you got employee situations you need help with. But the bottom line is we have a lot of services we can offer you at an affordable rate. If you get a hold of me, my information is below, duckworth29@gmail.com, or my website's below. It's too long to name, so please look at below. Or you can contact me on my cell phone, 757-344-5496. And I would like to say this. We are looking for more people to help us out and spread the word, meaning you can do what I do, make a living while making a difference. My name's Terrell Duckworth. Thank you so much for listening to my information. And I turn it back over to you, my good friend, Miss Angie BEE.
We can help you put the pieces together. Audiobooks, flyers, commercials, and more. Angie BEE Productions on Facebook. We are so thrilled to have Atlas the Wonder Dog in the studio with us today, coming in to get some loving. And I'm also thrilled to have my co-host, Author Avalon S. Brown. She's with us. Avalon, I'm going to bring you back in. I tell you, I cannot wait to order Michael's book. Thank you. I mean, you have been talking about what a great story it was, but because there are certain things we just don't know.
Yes.
you know, and I guess for us women, if we're up, running to the bathroom every hour, first thing we think of is urinary tract infection. I don't even think we think of cancer. I don't think we do. And so he has taught me a lot today. Michael has taught me a lot. I look forward to bringing him back in.
Yeah, they also can see it in your blood levels. They have what they call CA blood levels, which will tell how high which will detect if there's cancer in your body also. Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we bring Michael back in, you know me. I want to know about the Friday night.
Angie, in that book.
I got to get it. I got to find out the secret.
Yes, because this book is about a young lady who goes to a new hospital to work. And she's not really a young lady. I'm going to say a middle-aged lady who also runs into after being there for a couple of months, runs into this guy that's a little younger than her, and they they continue seeing each other everywhere she went. She run into him until they decided to be friends, and they developed a close friendship, and they decided to start dating each other. But no one in the hospital, her co-workers, his co-workers, no one knew about the two of them. And they carried this on for about 2 years. But eventually, it became to the point where Dorina had to decide, is this something she wanted to continue, or what was this about, if it was worth it or whatever. So
Right.
it goes in that type of story. Yes, I'm not going
Wow.
to tell the rest of the plot.
That is good. That is good. I tell you, I'm excited about it. I'll be looking at my little budget, like, okay, which book am I gonna get now? Let me get this first, and then I'm gonna get Friday Night Secret, and then, oh my goodness, I tell you.
I'm gonna have to send that to you, Angie.
And then before we bring Michael back in, DFC Market is dfcmarket.com is where you can find his book, Michael D. Scott, aka Dr. Foot.
Yes, and I'm also go ahead.
His
Finish.
email is dr.foot313@gmail.com. Go ahead, Avalon.
Yes, and I'm also giving them a shout out because they were one of the sponsors in our nursing book.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. Because I know when we do anthologies and we bring people in, the fee that we charge them is so much more reasonable than if they publish their story by themselves. We don't charge all those thousands of dollars, but it is good to be able to have a sponsor to help offset some of those costs. We don't do this to get rich. We ain't getting rich off of publishing other people's books, but I believe we are building up treasures in heaven where moth and rust and won't, they're going to consume these books eventually, but these stories, once they're a part of our lives, I truly believe they're going to be more of a blessing to someone else.
Yes, yes.
So again, that's Michael's information, dfcmarket.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, take a look at the screen. The QR code is there. Or you can simply log on to www.dfcmarket.com. dfcmarket.com. All right, Michael, come on back in. Come on back in. Tell us some more about Ernest, Pastor Ernest. Tell us some more about what you know about him and these products.
Okay, Pastor Ernest Warren is an awesome, intelligent minister. He does research on everything that you can imagine. I mean, while we sleeping, he's still doing research. He is very learned, and he has a world of information, like what we put ingest in our system, the medications. He said you should go to drugs.com and rx.com to find out about the medications that you're taking, the long-term and the short-term effects that it has on your body. And you may want to think twice about continuing to take them. That's why the products that we have work so well. And he is vigilant about education, about food coloring. All those men's and women's health calls, or at least food, all these different pretty foods that we have in our system. They are cancer causing. Okay. Mm-hmm. And if you read, you find out where they're cancer causing, and there are certain things that like they're supposed to be removed out of
our systems.
Out of circulation in a few years, in some years from now, it's not time. effective enough to save anybody, really.
Right.
It's all about money. All these different commercials that they're doing and putting all this medication, all this stuff in our food
Right.
is harming us. And we continue to read it, and they tell you that they got these drugs that they have commercials about, and they say they may make you go blind, crippled, and crazy, and maybe kill you. And they still making them. I'm not a fan. The side effects of give you more problems than what it's trying to cure. But we still go ahead and consume.
Listening to the doctors who are listening to the pharmaceutical companies. Yeah.
Yep. So he's very in a serious educational move. He's all about education, all about healing. He's very serious about healing as many people as possible, humanly possible. The vehicles that we have, to get the truth out.
Right.
And they say you got to do your own research. He's very adamant about telling you got to do your own research. Don't you care about yourself enough to read what's in that package that you're putting in, getting ready to put in your mouth?
Right. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
These products have been preyed on. He told me these products were preyed on. I said, well, that's all right. Nobody ever said that to me.
Right.
Preyed on. And let us talk to. We had a conversation with the doctor. We can ask him any questions we want. The main question is one of the craziest questions in the world is what's in them. Like you ask him what's in COVID.
Yeah.
So, come on, man. So it's just got to use a lot of common sense, but I understand a lot of us we don't express it. We all have common sense.
Right.
If you are just joining us, today's episode of Books and Besties features Michael D. Scott Sr., the author of the new book, Still Standing, My Victory Over Prostate Cancer. And we have had such an overwhelming response with text messages and comments that have come in. Michael has been very transparent to let us know about the diagnosis and the treatment. And now the book is going to share. And we encourage everyone to go to the website dfcmarket.com to get a copy of the book and let us know, write a review and let us know what you think of the book and how it touched you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you so much for having me on here, because this is wonderful.
You're welcome, dear. You're welcome. And we didn't mean to keep you all day, but it was just we certainly needed to hear more.
I don't think he mind.
I don't mind, because when you got something to say, I do not mind, because I got something to share.
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna let you go, and then we're gonna we have a little wait a minute, Chris. No, you got another comment. Still Standing is an audiobook too that came from mobile app Mogul. Still Standing. It's available in audiobook as well.
Oh yeah, he's doing that. All right, my man. Okay.
There you go.
That's my buddy. Oh wow. Yeah.
Audiobooks are powerful.
They are, because because I listened to. He let me listen to it. I couldn't even. I had to hold back for a minute. Hearing your story come out of somebody else's mouth is like, wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wow. Took a while for me to hear that, So, oh man, okay.
All right, we're excited about that. Okay, Michael. Thank you so much. We're gonna let you go. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Thank you so much. Y'all take care, and I'll talk to you. Call me anytime.
Very soon. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
and
you.
Y'all ready to do some more books. I want to be just like you.
Thank you, Avalon. Praise God. Oh, he's such a delight. Oh.
Yes, yes. And so much energy.
Mhm,
And give me
mhm.
some of that energy.
Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna take a quick, well, this one isn't a quick break. This is about a 5-minute break. We're gonna talk about the necessity of editing. Editing is it came up again this week where somebody was calling and saying their book was ready to be published, and I said, okay, well, who did the editing? Oh, I did the editing myself. Oh Lord, no, no, no. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, watch this video, The Necessity of Editing, and then we'll be back with more of Books and Besties.
The necessity of editing. Hello, my name is Sonia, and I am a professional content editor. The difference between a proofreader and a content editor, as I have just recently learned, is care. A proofreader, though still respecting the boundaries of punctuation, which are very important, often will not clean up the statements that you have looped together and presented as a periodical. A content editor will read, proofread, punctuate, and clean up your content as necessary. Both are crucial, especially if you are nervous about your English skills. Today, I would like to talk to you a little bit about the necessity of editing. I am the type of person that catches the error before seeing the content. One of my biggest gripes is seeing an error on an obituary. What? Oh my goodness, these are the last words that anyone will ever read about you. Even in grief, spell check still works. I encourage you, write your own final words if you believe that your loved ones will leave grammatical and spelling errors unchecked, but I digress. In this time of artificial intelligence, I have found that our God-given intelligence has disappeared. Grammarly, ChatGPT, and those electronic assistants are convenient as a starter, kind of like a recipe for a dish. However, just like a good cook goes back and ensures they have included everything and even enhances that recipe, a great author still needs to go back over their work and finalize before completion. If you do not want to do that, I implore you to hire someone that will. A fresh eye makes a world of difference. The written word often shapes a picture of the author by the reader. When synonyms are used interchangeably, adverbs are tossed about incorrectly, and punctuation is just doing its own thing, an avid reader will lose interest in the plot and grow tired of making corrections in their head. Some authors happily pay a photographer or even an artist twice as much as the book is being sold for, just to ensure that their headshot catches the eye of the reader. However, their lack of having a second eye proofread and edit their liturgical baby leaves the reader of your masterpiece distracted and missing the point of the story. I will never forget mourning a grandparent. These arrangements of hers were taken over by a distant relative who was believed to be capable of handling this huge responsibility of presenting this decades-old life in a single 5x7 page. The misspellings of names, cities, and even occupations brought new tears to my eyes. Not only were some of these facts able to be easily researched, but the lack of care and concern before this final complimentary life story went to print was appalling. The necessity of editing is clear. I equate reading a book to watching a movie. However, you're able to place it on hold with a bookmark versus a streaming remote. Unlike a movie, The pause is controlled by your reader, not by the electronic device that allots you a full 3 minutes to pause your television stream, then return to the last spot that you were watching. A reader has the opportunity to turn the page or close the chapter, both literally and figuratively. No one wants to wade through a run-on yap session on a paper that left a dangling participle leading into a paragraph that begins, "The nectar day." What? Whose nectar? What day? Just like that, you've lost the attention of your reader. Sure, they may come back only to run into a new scenario that begins with two people speaking without proper identification, properly identified punctuation, and then this turns your reader's moment in time mental escape into a deep pondering chore, i.e., work. The AI assistants care nothing about punctuation. Their job is to lay out their opinion of what you'd like to hear and read, and your plight is to build on it while an editor's delight is to clean it up for the reader. The joy of a content editor is to take your raw thoughts, words, and emotion from babble to brilliance, from wondering to wonderful, from an unfinished read to a page-turning pleasure. Friends and family are excited that you have decided to delve into this new chapter, pun intended, of your life. So criticism about your incorrect usage of your versus your won't be shared with you. However, your audiobook narrator will find themselves starting over and over again, potentially losing that new reader joy that's expressed in their voice. It's gone, and so is the listening. In conclusion, nurture your book as one would anything born from their loins. Create, spell check, give it to your hired content editor. The passing of your book from your eyes to proofer eyes will correct your missings and enhance your musings. I personally care enough to make you sound your very best. I am Sonia BEE, and I approve this message.
Woohoo! Sonia BEE approves that message. Thank you so much, Sonia. We definitely are excited to introduce authors to you, but we also want to encourage you to become an author. And becoming an author means you need a good editor, not somebody that loves you and would, basically not want to tell you that you need a apostrophe here or a semicolon there. You need somebody professional that can step away from you and look at the book like it is its own entity, because basically it is. So we always like to try to throw that in there once a month or so about the necessity of editing. I want to say happy National Authors Day to my girl Avalon. Happy National Authors Day to all the authors that have been on the show with us. It's November 1st. And so we like to try to, again, encourage authors to come out of their shell and write a book. So happy National Authors Day to you, Avalon, and to Michael D. Scott, and to the rest of us that are striving to become an author, striving to edit that next book, striving to narrate the next audiobook. That's me. A couple of hours, I'll be back in the studio working on the next chapter of the audiobook that I'm working on. And so I'm excited about that. All right. An anthology for women written by the men we are trying to love. We need you, men, young men and younger men. We need you to write your stories. You are cordially invited to become an author by sharing your thoughts and experiences in our anthology. So This project is brought to you by me, Queen Bee, and author Avalon S. Brown. The title of the book will be I've Had Wives and I've Had Friends. And so somebody sent in a question. They wanted to know what kind of stories we're looking for. And so I have to admit that I did not grow up with brothers and I did not grow up with uncles. And my dad was a great provider, but he wasn't going to sit me down and talk to me about certain things. So in my relationships, I realized I was more fascinated by learning than I could have been, I should have been. And so you can write a story in this anthology. You can write about what you like to do on a date, or what you look for in a mate, or what you are looking for. Write stories that we women want to read so that we can learn more about you. We're trying to love you, but sometimes we really don't know how to do that. And so we'd appreciate it if you would contribute to this anthology. Again, happy National Authors Day to everyone. And we're going to bring Avalon back in right quick. Hey, girl. Hey.
How are you? What's going on? Anything new?
Oh, just National Authors Day today. I'm excited.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep, I'm excited about it. Happy National Authors Day, Michael D. Scott. Happy National Authors Day. I tell you, it's exciting. It really is. Well, I think we're going to end the show early today so you can go on and finish up your Saturday, Avalon.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Yep, sounds like a plan.
Got a couple of grands over today, so I'll go see what they're doing.
Oh, good. All right, everybody. If it's the Lord's will, we'll be back on another Saturday morning, 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Eastern Standard Time, with the next episode of Books and Besties. Enjoy your Saturday, everybody. Bye-bye.
Yeah.